Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading down to the Gulf Coast to explore the remarkable story of Galveston, Texas, a city with a past that's as colorful, dramatic, and sometimes heartbreaking as any in America. From pirates and cotton barons to hurricanes and modern rebirth, Galveston's history is a story of boom, bust, and resilience. So let's dive in. Long before Europeans arrived, the island of Galveston was home to Native American tribes, most notably the Karankawa, who hunted, fished, and moved along the Gulf Coast for thousands of years. In 1528, the Spanish explorer Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca became one of the first Europeans to set foot on the island after being shipwrecked nearby. Over the next 2 centuries, Spanish and French explorers mapped the area, but no permanent European settlement was established on the island. The island eventually got its name from Bernardo de Galvez, a Spanish colonial governor and general who helped the American colonies during the Revolutionary War. In 1785, Spanish explorer José de Avila named the bay and island Galveston in his honor. But it was far from a safe or orderly place. In the early 1800s, Galveston Island was actually a pirate haven. The most famous was the French privateer Jean Lafitte, who established a base there around 1817. From his headquarters, Lafitte ran smuggling and piracy operations in the Gulf until 1821, when the U.S. Navy forced him out. Legend says he burned his compound and left treasure buried somewhere on the island, a mystery that still captures imaginations today. After Texas won its independence from Mexico in 1836, Galveston quickly grew into a major port. Its location on the Gulf made it the ideal gateway for goods coming in and out of the new Republic of Texas. By 1839, Galveston was incorporated as a city. It boomed as a commercial center, with ships arriving from New York, New Orleans, and Europe. Warehouses, wharves, and grand merchant houses sprang up along the waterfront. By the mid-1800s, Galveston was known as the Queen City of the Gulf. It was the largest city in Texas, the second busiest port on the Gulf of Mexico, after New Orleans, and a hub for cotton exports. It had Texas's first post office, first opera house, first hospital, first golf course, and even the first telephone. The city was elegant and cosmopolitan, with gaslit streets, beautiful Victorian architecture, and bustling markets. But Galveston was also caught up in the great conflicts of American history. During the Civil War, it was a key port for the Confederacy. In January 1863, Confederate forces famously recaptured Galveston from Union troops in a dramatic battle involving cotton-clad gunboats and hand-to-hand fighting on the wharves. After the war, Galveston bounced back quickly. By the late 1800s, it was thriving again, becoming a financial center with Texas's first major banks and insurance companies. It was also a destination for immigrants arriving from Europe, who added to the city's diverse cultural life. Then came September 8, 1900, a date that would forever change Galveston. That's when the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history struck. A massive hurricane slammed into the island with winds over 140 miles an hour and a storm surge that submerged the entire city under 8 to 15 feet of water. Between 6,000 and 8,000 people died, wiping out nearly a fifth of the city's population. Homes, businesses, and ships were destroyed. It was an unimaginable catastrophe. But even after that devastation, Galveston refused to fade away. In the years that followed, the city embarked on one of the most ambitious engineering projects of its time. It built a massive 17-foot seawall, stretching for miles, to protect against future storms. It also raised the entire grade of the city, lifting buildings and filling in the ground beneath them with sand. These efforts saved Galveston from similar destruction in later hurricanes and became a model for coastal protection. Still, Galveston never fully regained its position as Texas's leading port. That honor shifted to Houston after the opening of the Houston Ship Channel in 1914, which drew shipping and industry inland. Galveston reinvented itself again, this time as a resort town. In the 1920s and 30s, it was known for its beaches, gambling, and a kind of freewheeling nightlife that earned it the nickname the Playground of the South. During Prohibition, bootleggers kept clubs and casinos stocked, and people from all over the country came to enjoy the island's looser atmosphere. Eventually, state authorities cracked down on gambling in the 1950s, forcing Galveston to shift once again. It doubled down on tourism, promoting its beaches, historic architecture, and unique charm. Major restoration efforts in the late 20th century helped save beautiful Victorian-era buildings in the Strand district, turning it into a popular destination full of shops, restaurants, and museums. Galveston also became known for events like Mardi Gras Galveston, which draws hundreds of thousands of visitors every year. Today, Galveston is a city of about 50,000 people, but it hosts millions of tourists annually. Visitors come for the beaches, the historic Pleasure Pier, the Moody Gardens, and the rich sense of history that you can feel in every block of downtown. It's also still an important port, a major point for cruise ships heading to the Caribbean. So from pirate hideouts and booming cotton docks, to devastating hurricanes and dazzling Victorian mansions, Galveston's story is all about resilience. It's a city that's weathered disaster, reinvented itself time and again, and still stands proudly on the edge of the Gulf, welcoming newcomers just as it has for nearly 2 centuries. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this trip through the history of Galveston, be sure to give it a like, subscribe for more stories from Texas and beyond, and drop a comment telling us your favorite thing about this unforgettable island city. We'll see you in the next